Kasoka Mikraya Matagasngi Kashwatrik Naitung Ajalapsan Kamanjul Ban Patrika Milaitri Ki Ain Runar ni criminal laws Kasokal India Kiba Tup Yaga Bharatiya Niya Sanhita Ajalplai Bharatiya Nakarik Suraksha Sanhita Ajalplai Bat ke Bharatiya Saksya Adhinayam Ajalplai Kajingalang ke kabinet Matagasngi Hayingsa Abdirang Ba Aklatau Ya Kemikraya I Saksya Management Rule Ajalapsan Hadini Baria Selok Bat ke Haikut Mikraya Hakani ka rule barok kisaki belalum daka electronic format kumgi video kidur on tap haka mobile application ka bakot ka isaksya ka ban penyaso da ukur badan kandu tuli kinemba baru hashtag ban penyasno bat ka criminal bat ka crime and criminal tracking network and system bat kumju ka interoperable criminal justice system Commissioner Secretary ketenat kampo yang gejelau ba sir dingdo ulaong ba sisen ba tab ya kisaki on sachna ya ID ban pen ya kisaki ha ka jing bisyar ka syari kawai pat karul kadai kemikraya electronic processes Insurance Service and Execution Rule Ajalapsan kebasina katkum ke kendon repusau jangka BNSS hakba kibasya khot hajil ban lej syakashari gila ban penmi daka electronic format ban khot kum ka e-summon procedure claim da Donkam syu ban pha da ubreu ne da kikot syu kawai pat kebaka sokal ka thau kalong kemikraya guidelines for community services rule Ajalapsan ba siril ong ba hakani ka rule haba ubreu le kam sneu I Barit Baria bat haba usya rai penrem hakashari usya dan ko na ne sya state along henry hakani ka rule thmai ka kashari hadin baka rai penrem yo ubreu balole yaki kam Runar Barit Baria kan pen system da ka basu pha pen khu yaki hospital pen be yaki kot kisa library pen khu yaki Ophis pha Thung Dieng pha rep Niut bat kiwi ki kam ki bayale Kibalale yaki kam Runar Barit Baria klam da Donkam syu ban Shong Phatok ban pej kane ka kashari kan Thung yo provision officer uban pej ba kini ki basya rai penrem kin board katkum ki jing matha ka kashari
as approved 3 rules which are required to be framed under the new criminal laws. As you all are aware, the state of Meghalaya, like the rest of the country, has brought into force 3 new criminal laws, namely the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita, and the Bharatiya Saksya Adhiniyam with effect from 1st July 2024. Various rules have to be framed and enforced as per these 3 new criminal laws, and today the cabinet has approved 3 of these rules as part of the ongoing process to bring various rules under the ambit of these new criminal laws. These rules have been provided, the model rules, by the Government of India, the Ministry of Home Affairs, and after due consultation with the Honorable High Court of Meghalaya, which is required as per the procedure, with their consent, the Cabinet today has approved these 3 new criminal rules, which I will elaborate upon. The first is called the Meghalaya E-Saksya Management Rules 2025. This is the rule to ensure that all evidence that is collected in electronic format, be it videos, be it photographs, are securely uploaded on a mobile application called E-Saksya, which will be secured with a 16-digit code and a hashtag, and these are linked to the CCTNS system and the ICJS system, which is the interoperable criminal justice system, which works in a way where courts have access to the system, the Directorate of Prosecution have access, and once this electronic evidence in the form of video or photograph which is collected by the police during investigation is uploaded, a unique ID is generated so that this can be then brought as evidence in the court proceeding during trial, and then it is secure and tamper-proof because it has a timestamp, it has a geo tag, it has this 16-digit code, a unique SID. So this will ensure that the evidence collected is having full integrity, it is tamper-proof, and the courts can then rely on this video evidence, photograph evidence, to try cases under various provisions of the criminal laws. So this is the first rule that I spoke about, the Meghalaya E-Saksya Management Rules. The second rule that the Honorable Cabinet approved today was the Meghalaya Electronic Processes Issuance, Service and Execution Rules 2025, which have been framed under Section 64 of the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita. This also is a reform to ensure that summons that are given to various persons to appear in court through the court system or the police are now done in the electronic format, that is e-summons can be issued, warrants can be issued, etc. So that through the electronic format, through something called the e-summons procedure and the case information system, which is a software developed to ensure that all the courts are on this system, and through the CCTNS these summons can be issued through the electronic format without the need to issue through the paper format, which has been the current method. So this is also a reform that has been introduced today. The last rule that the Honorable Cabinet approved is called the Meghalaya Guidelines for Community Services 2025. Now this is also a reformative measure, as we know that when a person commits a crime and is convicted, usual punishment is either imprisonment in a jail or a fine. This is bringing a new type of punishment which is called a community service, which means that for petty offences, minor offences, the honourable courts can sentence a person who is convicted of petty offences to community service, which includes, for example, cleaning and maintenance of wards in government hospitals, trolley movement assistance in government hospitals, arranging of books or listing of books in, say, government libraries, cleaning of classrooms or labs, etc. in government educational institutions, or cleaning with municipal corporation and cleaning staff, including planting of trees, removal of weeds, etc. In plantations run by forest department. So these are basically community service that the person who's convicted of minor offences has to undertake to serve as a sentence after conviction in a court of law. So to summarize, these are three new criminal laws, three new criminal rules which have to be brought in line with the rest of the country as per the mandate from the MHA to take forward the implementation of the three new criminal laws in the state of Meghalaya, which have today been approved by the Cabinet after due consultation and approval from the Honourable High Court of Meghalaya. Thank you. One, we should understand the context that this community service is nationwide. It's not something unique to Meghalaya. All other states also are implementing this community service guidelines for this community service. It is based on model rules issued by Ministry of Home Affairs. Number two, on your question of who will supervise these persons to do the cleaning or the planting, the court will appoint something called a probation officer, and there will be clear guidelines. As per the guidelines, they'll be sentenced to some hours of community service, maybe 20 hours, 30 hours, whatever the courts deem fit. And based on that, there will be some supervisory officer to ensure that these people come and do the community service. So it is for minor and petty offences. It is not for crimes like murder and very serious crimes where people will be sentenced to community service. So very petty offences, small theft, for example, within a certain amount of very, very few rupees, etc. So those are already there in the BNS Act and in the guidelines. So those I'll not repeat. So the supervisory element is there. There'll be probation officers who will supervise this community service. Cabinet has approved, so immediately it'll be notified by today or tomorrow, and then it'll be implemented. It is going to be immediate effect.
Okay.